What is up, peoples? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
And welcome to the Brother Sisters Live Friday afternoon club, because it's Friday afternoon and it's exclusive to the people that are watching. So it's Friday and it's not happy hour, because I've never liked the fact that happy hour is too time specific. It's like an hour. I'm like, we all know that happy hour is more than an hour. So if we're not going to call it happy time, which I believe it could be called, then we're going to call it Friday Afternoon Club. That's what this is. And we're drinking delicious fruity sangria today.
Sangria. It's a perfect drink for summer.
It really is a delicious summer drink. And I learned some things about sangria in my research today. Would you like to learn some things about sangria?
Yes, I would, Jenny. I would like to learn about sangria.
All right, I'm going to share my screen real quick so that you too can learn about delicious sangria. It's pretty exciting. Not really, but you know, what are you going to do? Let's see. I have to make that bigger. Look, I put a pretty picture on the front of sangria. So I'm just going to look and see how this looks. Oh, that looks nice. That looks very nice. All right. So anyway, and did you know that technically only Spain and Portugal can produce sangria? That's not my rule. The European Union said only Spain and Portugal. If it's not from Spain and Portugal, it's wine punch or whatever. So there you go. I know. Sangria technically means blood or bleeding or to bloodlet. So
damn.
Yeah, but if you look at sangria, it does look a little bit bloody because it's made with red wine. Technically, you can make sangria that's not blood red, but you know, for some reason it just feels naughtier to drink the red sangria. It's yummy. What else? Again, it's typically made of red wine, though you can have it with other types of wine. If you go to Mercat a la Planca in Chicago, you can get 3 kinds of sangria: white, red, or pink. Rosé sangria. And I've had all of them, and you can't decide which one's better. They're all so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, amazing. What else? There is a bunch of variations of sangria because it's typically made with red wine and some sort of sweetener and other spirits. For instance, I used a bottled sangria today, but I also added a little bit of Bacardi Limon to it just to give it that extra little alcohol. Yeah, I know, right? So if this doesn't make you drunk enough, there are ways to make you drunker. Good job, sangria.
Nice job.
So yes, depending on your region of Portugal or Spain, that's going to make a sangria. There you go. Other stuff that you might not know about sangria is that you can make it yourself or you can buy it bottled. So I found a recipe. I've actually used this recipe in the past, and it's actually really good. And so if you're interested, we'll post this video. It's from the Minimalist Baker, who I kind of like their recipes from time to time. I think they do a good job. But this is a super simple recipe. So if you've got some wine at home that's particularly bad, for instance, Anne, what are you drinking?
Well, I think that sangria should always be made from whatever is in your refrigerator. And I made mine with cherry wine from Omena, Michigan. I did not buy this. Somebody bought this for me. They're like, oh, she doesn't like wine. She'll like this. So I didn't need to add a sweetener because it's cherry wine. And then I had a bottle of Bollicini sparkling red, a can of sparkling red. I think it's more like a rosé. Yeah, rosé. So I threw that in there. And then I also had a little bottle of Cook's Brut champagne. So I threw that in there. And then I took lemons and limes. And I know you're not going to believe this, but I do grow my own oranges. It is true.
I forgot to put that in the quarantine video.
I put 2 of my oranges in the sangria. What?
That's for you. You're like, I made my own sangria out of the oranges that I grew and all this other stuff. Oh, and I'm going to throw this out. First off, I'm going to say hello to Pam Cardell. We love you, woman. I hope you are well. And someday I will get to see you again. Your sister-in-law wants to know, did she give you that cherry wine?
I think she did. I'm pretty sure she did.
Good job, Liz.
Good job.
Yes, and I would agree. This is a great comment from Pam. She says like trash can sangria. And I'm like, I love that. Yay. So again, you guys, I was talking about those regional differences for sangria. For instance, Ann's regional Southeast Michigan trash can sangria. Delicious.
Delicious. And then of course, my sister made me this this sangria pitcher. So I always put my sangria in my sangria pitcher. And
That's right.
this is what, see, she did both sides. So this is when you're not drunk, and then this is when you are drunk. It starts to, like, tip. So
because I'm not a talented artist like my sister, so therefore everything that I make looks like I never left kindergarten. And technically, when it comes to art, I never did. Everybody's like, "Oh, you'll get better because I've got all these great artists in my family." I'm like, "Nah, I'm the youngest one, and so that gene got all used up by the time it got to me. All used up."
All used up. No, that's not true. It's an excellent. Anyway, so that's my recipe for sangria. Whatever you have in our alcohol refrigerator, which I got to tell you is 99.9% beer. So anything that's not beer, I put it in a pitcher with fruit, let it sit. Ta-da!
Yummy. So so that's the beauty of sangria, you guys, is that you can, there are many things you can put in it. So like one of the things I like about this particular recipe is that you can pretty much use any wine that you have. If you have some juice, you can throw that in there. If you have some sugar, you can throw that in there. You can make your own simple syrups. Like, for instance, a simple syrup that I like to make was introduced to me by my husband. It was a recipe for honey simple syrup, which is amazing. And that's actually really good. If you've got a dry red and you just want to make it into a sangria, put a couple of ounces of that, not even like an ounce of that simple syrup in there with that whole bottle and all that other stuff. And it's super yummy. So those are, oh, look, Mickey Morris says, Colombian restaurant in North St. Augustine, Florida. I believe it, because almost any sort of Mexican restaurant, Central American restaurant, you can find really great sangrias there. Yeah, and it's so good. So now, if you're pressed for time, and that's one of the things I put on this little presentation today. If you're pressed for time, I put down a short list of my favorite sangrias that you can just go to a liquor store and buy, because sometimes you just don't have enough time. You're on your way to a party or whatever. And oh, look, Christy Barkley and Mickey Morris have something in common. They've both been to that restaurant, and they've drunk there. They got drunk there, or they drank there. I don't know, plural. I don't know. Anyway, but here's a short list of some sangrias that you can get. The beauty of these sangrias, you guys, is that they're pretty good. You can doctor them up a little bit if you want to, and they're cheap. So, for instance, this one is just good old boxed Franzia fruity red sangria, which is actually super tasty, and it's cheap. This box right here, you guys, which is 5 liters, is about $15, depending on where you're shopping. It's cheaper at Costco, obviously, and more expensive at your local liquor store, but there you go. So that's a good one. I really like that particular sangria. It's not fancy. It is certainly not the best sangria, but it's cheap and it's easy to doctor up. So this is Round Barn. Round Barn is a small winery in Baroda, Michigan, which is on the west coast of Michigan, on Lake Michigan. And they make a really great sangria that you can go into their little, I don't know.
Jenny, what happened? Oh no. So I'll continue for us. Round Barn Red Sangria. I've had it before. It is amazing, but you have to literally go there to get it. And boy, let me tell you, it is not
their tasting
easy.
area, and you can get a glass of it. You can get a growler in it. And
oh no, what's happening? I wonder if they're having a storm there. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's just me. I'm going to talk more about sangria. It's delicious. My favorite sangria in a bottle is called Real Sangria, and it comes from Spain, so I guess it really is. Hey, Jenny, we lost you.
I know, because my internet's not awesome. So anyway, what was I saying? Awesome sangria. They started canning it last summer, and even in the can, it's still really good. So, yummy. It's not cheap. It's not easy to find. In fact, I don't think you can get it outside of Michigan right now. So, wow. Yeah. But Round Barn's becoming more popular. So, anyway. But, yeah, it's super good. All right.
now, Jenny, all you and your friends have a reason to come to Michigan. Oh, this is my favorite sangria.
I know. This is a great sangria for many reasons. Number one, it's cheap. Okay, and I'm not saying that sangria is not super expensive anyway. It's super. What's great about this particular sangria, this is called Real Sangria, is that it's really easy to find. You can find.
Yeah, I mean, I found it at like
pretty much every liquor store carries this.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I find it everywhere. I can go to Meijer, I can go to Kroger, Bush's. You know, like sometimes at Costco, they'll have it in like, you know, they'll sell two jugs at a time.
Oh yeah, which is awesome. And it's this time of year, sangria, they have like lots of specials. Like I said, I would call this my go-to sangria because it's yummier than the Franzia. In fact, I'm drinking it right now. I've got an orange and a cherry in it, and it's really good. So that's, like I said, that's my go-to sangria. If you are nearby a Costco, then Kirkland Sangria, it's pretty good. It's not great. It's pretty good. It's great for parties because it comes in a really big ass bottle, and the big ass bottle is only $7 at Costco. So you can't beat that with a stick. Yeah. So if you can't find the Franzia, if you happen to be at Costco, give this a try. It's pretty good. It's not as rich as I like a sangria to be, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. So, and then finally, my last sangria, and this happens to be one of my favorites, is the De La Costa sangria. This is a really good sangria. I usually, when you go to Costco, the liquor section of Costco, it's usually this sangria, the De La Costa, right next to the Kirkland sangria. This is a couple dollars more, but you can really taste the difference. So harder to find. It's, again, not real expensive, about $9 for the bottle. And the bottle itself, look how cool it is. You guys look, it's got the cool corky thing. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So, that is cool.
I
like that in the bottle.
Cool. I do too. So yeah, those are the sangrias that if you don't want to make your own sangria, then these are some sangrias that are really easy to come across, and they're very tasty and delicious. And it's just a nice summer beverage. You drink it with ice, as God intended, and there you go. So yeah. But I'll go ahead and print this list and put it up later. So if you're interested, I'll throw that recipe on our page as well. So if you want to know what you should be getting into with the sangria, then those are some things that you can do. So it's pretty cool.
Oh, I also want to give a shout out to my mother-in-law because I'm drinking my sangria out of my Waterford stemless wine glass. She bought me a set of 4. This is the nicest thing that I own. One of the few things that didn't have a previous owner. So to Judy, thank you for sangria.
Well done, Judy. Well done. I am drinking my sangria today out of this, I would call this a jar that you get jam in, but at Marketplace, they sell this really good orange blossom honey that just comes in one of these jars. So then after you finish the honey, you just clean it up and then you use it as a sangria glass. Hooray! We have repurposed this for a sangria glass. Yay.
Perfect.
So yeah. So anyway, that's what's going on. I'm doing 2 happy hours at once. I'm actually on my my middle school happy hour as well, but I'm just kind of watching how that one goes. It's a nice turnout today. Good job, everybody. So I think everybody's. I was sort of comparing because this is my last day of school today. So today is the last day of school at the Forest Lake area middle school, and Pam says we should have our pinkies up while we're drinking, especially you, Ann, because you've got Waterford Crystal. So
I have Waterford Crystal.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, you know what? It tastes so much better when you do that.
I know, right?
Truth. It's so true. Thank you, Pam. Thank you for correcting our behavior.
Appreciate
that.
Both pinkies.
We got Aaliyah Berube. Aaliyah Berube she's literally at that. Wait, I'm going to put myself on real quick. I'm going to do both at once. Hey, you guys, I'm simulcasting. I'm doing your happy hour, and I'm doing this happy hour all at the same time. What?
Jenny, you're a technical marvel.
Aren't I? Not really. So, hey,
that's why in this whole thing that we're doing, Jenny's the Johnny Carson, and I'm the old guy that sits in the seat next to him.
You are correct. Anyway, like, here, have a man. So, I know. Look at you drinking with two hands like a big girl.
I know,
right?
right? Two pinkies.
Hey, real quick shout out. I'm going to throw this out there real quick. I'm going to come back to it. If you're not doing anything tonight, America, then you should go to the Facebook and you should type in, hang on, I got to find it. You should type in, oops, I got to take that one off. Hang on. I got to take Ruby's comment off. Oops, now I have that one. I've got too many banners. See, one of the things I'm learning about StreamYard is that. So anyway, if you're not doing anything, you should go to Facebook and you should look for something called Tin Cat Studios. Tin Cat Studios, you guys, they're really good. They do a little bit of everything. This is kind of, they do vintage, handmade art, photography. Normally, you guys, Lisa and Randy who run Tin Cat Studios would be out doing art shows all across the Midwest during the summer, but because of COVID this year, they're not able to do that. So they are basically running all of their stuff through Facebook for the summer. So if you've got a little time tonight, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, tune into Facebook Live. They have a ton of stuff that they're going to be selling tonight. Really cool stuff, vintage stuff they've made, and they're awesome to work with. I've got some art right behind me that from Randy, and it's just really awesome. So like I said, if you get a chance, by all means, tune in tonight and go to Tin Cat Studios and go look at their stuff because it's awesome. So yeah. But so that's what we're doing. Joe and I are going out there later. We're going to be the van. We will be on with Tin Cat Studios later. I know. You
didn't tell me that before, because now that I know that, I'm definitely going to watch.
Well, it's because Joe and I are the Vanna. Because what happens is that Randy runs the computer, and then Lisa has to sell everything, but then she's got to run around, and so she gets to just stay in front of the camera, and then Joe and I get to bring her the stuff. So we're the Vanna Whites tonight, which is very exciting. So
are you going to wear a dress like Vanna?
No. And we all know that the closest thing I have to a dress anymore are the 2 skirts that I have for summer wearing.
Your slutty skirts?
My slutty skirts. I know the last time I wore a dress in earnest was my wedding day, which was September 30th, 2006. So there's a clothing company, Duluth Trading Company, and they do all kinds of stuff, but I am partial to their skirts, which is like a skirt, but it's got like little underwear in it, so it's way more comfortable than a regular skirt. So anyway, Anne accused me of having slutty skirts because we went to this place last year where you couldn't wear a dress that was above your knee, and both of my skirts come above my knee. So, but not. So
should borrow one of my more modest skirts, so that she wouldn't, because it was a high tea at a Russian Orthodox monastery, and we didn't need Jenny seducing all the monks with her slutty knees. So
Aaliyah wants me to switch screens, but I don't know how to do that. Let us share the screen so your beloved coworkers can watch together. Which screen do I share, I wonder? Do I share this screen or do I share the other screen? Maybe this. Maybe I'll do this. Hang on.
Okay, hang on.
All right, hang on. I got to try something here.
Okay, you try something. I'm going to have some more.
I'm entering the broadcast studio here. I don't know if that's going to work. Enter broadcast studio. Oh, look, there's like another one of me. Look, now there's that one.
It's just me now. So now
okay, right. Yeah, oh yeah, there we go. That's the other. See, that's not gonna work. So that makes that weird. No.
That's terrible noise. So it's just me.
Yeah, I can't make that work, you guys.
Hi, everybody. This is the brother-sister show. I was gonna get my cat. He's sleeping in a box next to me, but he's sleeping and he's like, yeah, whatever. I'm not interested in you. So,
am I back?
Huh?
Am I back? Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, sorry, you guys. Make me the host. All right, so I have to go back there and I have to make. All right, hang on. Hold that thought.
I'm holding the thought.
Did I accidentally set that meeting? No. All right, so I'm going to make Aaliyah the host.
So you're not the host anymore? I don't know if you should give up that job, Jenny.
Oh, right. This is too hard. I can't do it all. Hang on. So I gotta make. Hang on. I gotta see how that works. Make mute audio. Stop video chat. Oh, make her the host. All right.
Here's Bobo in his box.
Look at it, Bobo.
He's not scared. He's very in control. So he's in this box. I have this box next to me. My cat's in it because he's one of those cats that likes a nice box. My other cat likes a nice bag. You throw a bag on the floor, he can't keep himself out of it. Bo's not as excited about bags. He likes a nice box. So we keep it on our dining room table, and then when Duncan and I have breakfast or lunch at our table, our cat sits in the box while we eat because we're those people that have a cat that sits on the dining room table while we eat. He's
I think
very
it's perfectly
cute.
appropriate. So,
so too.
Pam says hi, Kitty. Kitty says hi, Pam. Can you show Bo? Is he in his box right now?
He's in his box.
Yep. There he is.
Can you see him?
Buddy, yes, I can. That's funny.
Buddy. He's such a good kitty. He's not. He's the worst kitty ever. But you know, what are you gonna do?
I don't mind him so much. I mind Koo more because Koo steals all my stuff. Holy crap, that's so weird. It's so weird because so right now I made Aaliyah the host, and Aaliyah is now she's showing our screen on their screen. So dude,
wow.
We are officially in more than one place right now. What? Do you feel? Wow. I feel weird. I feel weird inside. I feel kind of funny. So, oh, look, there's Ann's cat. Oh, kitty. That's completely awesome. Oh, there.
Oh, right. See his foot out of the box.
Yes. So when I went to Marketplace in St. Croix Falls today to get my sangria, and I got into a fairly lengthy discussion with a woman about sangria because she was in the aisle with her mask on, and I was in the aisle with my mask on. And I was looking at their sangria selection, and I picked out the Real sangria, and she wanted to know why I picked that one. So I ended up talking to her about why I picked this one as opposed to other. I talked about the richness of it, that it's not watery, that it's already got a nice, sweet, fruity flavor. You don't have to really do anything to it to make it really good. So,
you really don't?
No, which I think that's an important thing when you're choosing your sangria, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, if you're going to buy it and spend the money to buy it, you really want it to be as good as it needs to be, because otherwise, what's the point of buying it? I can just buy a bottle that's only $3 or whatever, and make it, doctor it up. But if I'm going to spend the $9, I want it to already taste good, right, Kitty?
Yes. So now what's happening is I feel like, hey, you guys, if you don't want to listen to me, you don't have to. I feel like I'm monopolizing the conversation of the Forest Lake middle school crowd right now. Sorry, you guys. So yeah. I'm not feeling super talkative today. It was a strangely emotional day today. I got a lot of emails from kids that were like, this is the greatest class ever. This is awesome. And I was not quite mentally prepared for that today. So
wow.
I got the feels a little bit today, Ann Brothers. I got the feels.
That's a dangerous thing for a middle schooler teacher to have.
I know, right?
Like feels. Other than you feel like you're making me sick, get out of my face. Anyway, that's good. You had that's it was weird for them. It was weird for all the kids this year, and
I think it was weird for everybody. Ooh, I love this comment by Pam. Pam says, is sangria Spanish for chunky wine? And the answer is yes, Pam. Yes, it is. Actually, it means bloodletting. Wait, I got to put that in here. Bloodletting, which is cool. We're going to show that. Yeah, there we go. Which I think is awesome because then it makes me feel weird when I drink my sangria a little bit. So, yeah. But so yeah, what do you think, Ann? You think we should wrap it up, or?
I
gotta go. We have to be.
Get ready for your van. Your van.
I know. So we gotta go to lunch. That's about 20 minutes from us. So, We got to go do the Vanna White thing and probably have a bit of dinner before we go do that. But I would encourage everybody to tune in tomorrow because we are going to be doing our Saturday movie review. What time are we doing that tomorrow?
I don't know. What time do you want to do it? Do you want to do it like 5 o'clock your time, 6 o'clock my time, or did you want to do it?
That.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Yes, we are doing the. We're going to be reviewing the fabulous sci-fi sci-fi movie 2003, The Core. So made in 2003, The Core, with Hilary Swank and who else?
Some white guy, Aaron Eckhart.
And God, Stanley Tucci.
Stanley Tucci's in it, and then a bunch of other people that I don't know who they are. It's this whole thing of actors that we all know, but we don't know their names because they're in everything. Right. But you're like, it's that one actor who's in everything. So yeah. Pam is signed off. She said she enjoyed you guys. Take care, Pam. We love you too. Please come back, watch us more. It's fun. It's fun to have you guys around. But yeah, join us tomorrow, you guys. 5 Central, 6 Eastern, while we review the sci-fi classic Earth Science Walkout, The Core. So yeah, but thanks for joining us.
A movie candy. I ate a different movie candy this time because I want to try out many movie candies before I really lock in on one. So I ate a different movie candy.
Decide on one particular candy. I think that's super smart. So
I think so too.
All right. And brothers, well, let's go ahead and sign off for today and thank everybody in Mazillion for tuning in and
thank you.
Make excellent choices. And again, choose the right sangria for your taste.
Exactly. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Thanks, you guys. Bye.